We take a hike into the Enchanted Forest, learn all about earthworms, plus the town got some FaceTime with the NAPD. All of these stories and more coming up on this edition of the North Andover Journal. Hi everyone, and welcome to this edition of the North Andover Journal. I'm your host, Morgan Healy. First up, have you checked out the town's all-new trail guide? We went over the trail guide with the Friends of North Andover Trails on their guided hike into the Boxford State Forest to see what the experience and the new book had to offer.
My name's Glenn Aspesley, and I'm president of Friends of North Andover Trails.
And I'm Mike Agosti. I'm just a volunteer member of Friends of North Andover Trails.
Well, we have our Guide to North Andover Trails, which was published in July, and we've been working hard to get this out to everyone. It's now available in 13 stores around town. We're really excited about it, and it's flying off the shelves. It's also available at our website, fonat.org, fonat.org, and it's $15 per guide. This is an indispensable guide to all the trails in town. There's 16 original maps, including a town-wide map, and then 15 maps that show the detail of where the trails go. And then there is detailed descriptions of all the areas, including natural history of how open space became what it is today, and amazing nature photographs taken by local photographers.
So welcome to the Enchanted Forest hike. This is Boxford State Forest. It is kind of the neglected redheaded stepchild of Harold Parker. Most people would walk in, they'd see where kids party, they would see devastation, and they would walk out. But once we go past that, it's a beautiful forest. I think all told, with all the pieces, all the parcels put together, it's somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 acres. As we talked about out on the trail, and those of you who didn't come, please come out next time. It's a red pine plantation just in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of our forest. And just how close the trees are really filters the light and makes it just feel enchanted. It changes the light, the sunlight that comes in. You have the illusion of all these pillars, almost like a cathedral.
Yeah, and it's something that's not going to be around forever, because as Mike was saying on the walk, these were planted in the 1930s or 40s, and with the intention of, once they became a mature stand, to harvest them, and that never happened. So these trees are reaching the end of their life, and they're starting to blow down, and eventually what we'll have is more light coming in, and the understory growing up, and then it will just gradually be replaced by a mixed forest. But right now, we can still go and enjoy it.
We're right on the fringe of where red pine grows well, or where it grows at all. And as the climate changes, it stresses the trees more, opens them up to different diseases and different insect attack. And again, because of the way the trees are propagated, it's genetically identical. So you've got all these trees that are susceptible to all the same disease, all the same insects like it. It makes it just very susceptible to the climate change that's going on right now. My guess, around 20 years, it'll be very different.
Guided hikes go year-round. They're usually on the second Sunday of the month, and they're always in different places in town. In September, we actually have 2 hikes because of the Essex National Heritage does their Trails and Sails weekend, and it's actually so popular now that they do 2 weekends of Trails and Sails, and we're doing a guided hike both weekends. Throughout the winter, we actually keep doing our hikes, and as the snow comes, we switch over to snowshoes. We also do monthly trail cleanup days throughout the spring, summer, and fall. And this is basically just keeping the trails open. Some of them get a little overgrown, so we go through with either a brush mower or weed whackers or just loppers. And they're Saturday mornings, once a month. If you want to come out and help us out, our next one is at Mazarenko Farm, where there's a handful of trails that always need a little love in the summer. If you're not on our email list, you're going to be missing out on all this, so make sure you go to the website and sign up for the emails, and make sure that you know about every event that we're doing, because there are a lot of them.
The Summer at the Stevens program recently got down and dirty with earthworms, our humble heroes. The free class and program was put on by Massachusetts-based Hands on Nature and taught young children and their parents all about the importance of worms before sending them home with their very own worm farm.
Has anyone here ever held an earthworm before, found one in their yard? Yeah, awesome.
I just have a question.
You guys, that's awesome. So what they do is they eat things in the, that are decomposing outside, and they turn it into like a fertilized soil that's really good for the earth and good for our gardens. Can you see that little white thing right there? That's how big their brain is. So they'll eat anything on top of the soil that needs to be decomposed. Here's a picture of a toad. Look at him slurping that worm. Doesn't it look like a milkshake or something? Yeah. Go grab a seat, you guys, and go find we're going to start down here and observe the worms, okay? Did you guys all feel the bristles yet? If you hold them like this, really carefully and pull down. Do you want to feel the other one? Really carefully. You feel this? They're so sharp. Oh yeah, Bobby, can you bring me some worms, Bobby? You don't want them? Oh, there's one right there. Yes, thank you. We'll top you off. Here.
Get away.
One last worm left. He's a good one.
If you'd like to learn more, you can watch the Earthworms talk in its entirety on Cam Access, airing through October. The St. Alpheo Society in Lawrence has been holding the Feast of Three Saints every Labor Day weekend for over 90 years. You heard that correctly, 90 years. For their upcoming 92nd year, some local St. Alpheo members have secured North Andover Cam for a live broadcast of their Moment of Glory on Sunday, September 6th. Cameras will be taping that Friday and Saturday too, and of course, all North Andover residents are invited to cross the Merrimack to enjoy the 3 days of festivities, including Italian food and trinket vendors, kids' rides, concerts, a torchlight parade, and even a 5K road race. There is also a $5,000 raffle and a silent auction. You can visit threesaintsinc.org for more information. Let's turn it over now to our Senior Center correspondent, Lester Rugg, wrapping up a packed summer of fun activities in this week's installment of Senior Moments.
That man is back again, and what can I say? Lester Rugg for the Senior Center of North Andover. I can't mention enough, and I want to bring this up the second time here, and that's the Seniors Blue Book, a welcome addition for any personal drawer that you have at home. See if you can pick up one at the Senior Center. If not, contact the seniorbluebook.com, and I'm sure that they will be happy to inform you of additional copies available. All right, the walking group. We can't say enough, because somewhere or another we need to see more people coming down there early in the morning. So please join us. Walking is infectious. If you have more than one individual, believe me, it seems to gather as we walk. We will usually walk in twos, and we either do one lap around the common, or sometimes we do two, and if we're energetic, we do three. We like to walk down some of the side streets where it's shady. We take advantage of every moment there. This walking program is so fantastic. I just expect to see everybody crowded down there, and more of you are people that we enjoy being with. And I know that the results will be worth its weight in gold. On another note, I want to mention Gail Halloran again. I had lunch with her a while back, and she was covering the lecture series. On August the 17th, we're having Dr. Jennifer Price. She's the new superintendent of schools, and I think it'd be very informative to us. August the 24th, we have the son of one of our local people, Jim Angelo. He's an engineer. He's going to talk about the Polaroid project that he was involved in. And it should be kind of interesting. Historically, I think it's significant in the area of photography. August the 31st. This is another area that, you know, I always say that the lecture is something, don't imagine what the title is. The information is what is valuable, that which you take away. We're going to have the Conti Funeral Home, and there's a number of things that probably for all of us, we just want to touch base on a little information that can be available to us. News and Views is always popular. August the 19th, August the 26th, and ever popular. Want to touch on that. And on the last note there, the new quarterly bulletin will be out September the 1st. And on that note, I was going to say, you all come. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, you got 5 weeks left of summer. We hope you're having a great time. It's great to see so many people at the National Night Out. And here with me is Mr. Gilligan, who wants to encourage you all to.
Make sure you're reading all summer and working on those math facts.
And from Mr. Jackson.
Also make sure you're having a lot of fun and also mixing in a little bit of writing too.
Hey, have a great summer. We look forward to seeing you back to school in 5 short weeks.
North Andover joined over 16,000 communities across the country in hosting National Night Out, a chance for residents to meet the police department in person and learn about the Town Watch. Severe thunderstorms threatened to cancel the event up until the last minute this year, but skies finally cleared and the North Andover Police Department saw an excellent turnout regardless. Here are some highlights from our on-site interview with Chief Paul Gallagher.
North Andover's had it for National Night Out for about over a decade now. We started at Woodridge Homes. The management down there invited us, and then it grew so much that we had some situations happen in North Andover. We started neighborhood watch programs. At that point, we started, let's get part of National Night. Let's meet the businesses, our residents in a social setting instead of generally they see us on our cruises or for a call for service. So it's more of a social atmosphere. And working with Market Basket, who's been a benefactor all these years, we're literally serving the public with hot dogs and hamburgers. And our offices are certified by the health department and by the state to serve the food. So it's something else the officers have in their background. It just grew and grew over the years. And now we have actually, we hate to say no to anyone, but it has to be a North Andover business that's here. We know all the business owners now that we would never have met, the photographers or a salon. I mean, we just wouldn't. One thing I'm adamant about is you come here without your wallet and no money, because everything has to be free. You can give coupons out, but you can't ask, and none of the vendors can ask anything about money. So it has to be free products, and I usually say it's for safety for the kids. If you're going to do something, I have some sites they can go to if they want to give some kind of trinkets for the children. It's more about the children. The North Andover Youth Services are here, advocating for their people and the town, and they're interacting right now. They're out there right now in the soccer field. It's fantastic. You hear great things. Usually you may get a complaint, about, oh, someone stopped me for speed, but this way it's good. It's a social event. I'm hearing only the good things the officers have been doing, and the officers feel great about it. And they're volunteering here, and you see them, all new officers and the old officers. They love it. My favorite thing is the Kodak moment when these children are in a police cruiser or the fire engine and they want to have your picture taken with a police officer or a firefighter in an actual police vehicle when they're hitting the siren, hitting the blue lights. I mean, how many kids long for that? I know my children when they were growing up, they'd want to hit my siren in my cruiser if I come home for lunch or something. But some kids could never do that, but they can here. Drugs and crime has no boundaries anymore. We're a very safe community, I like to feel. You walk around the street at night, driving your car or riding your bicycle. I want you to feel safe. And now they can put a face to the chief's name, a face to this officer that patrols your area. And I really advocate our officers to, they have badges they give out, you're an officer for the day or something like that. Or there's Frisbees with our Crime Watch program. And it's good. The interaction's fantastic.
And you can catch all of our interviews from National Night Out in rebroadcasts of the event on both CAM Access and GovCam. Now let's check out the CAM event calendar for the last few weeks of summer. There are a few programs left for the summer at the Stevens. On August 19th is a circus arts workshop in which you can learn to juggle, spin plates, and even walk on stilts. August 20th, learn how to research your family tree with an introduction to genealogy. And on the 26th, you can take an acting workshop with the Rebel Shakespeare Company. You can find out more at stevensmemlib.org. There are only 2 dates left for the summer concert series on the Common. On August 16th, local 9-member ensemble Oncoming Traffic will perform classic rock, blues, and R&B. Then on the 23rd, the Smoothies will close out the series with a night of classic jazz, standards, and vintage pop covers. Both concerts are free to the public and start at 6. As Glenn and Mike mentioned, the Friends of North Andover Trails will be doing trail work at the Mazarenko Farm on Saturday, September 5th at 9 a.m. Volunteers are asked to come help clear out the overgrowth. The work will be followed by a guided hike through Harold Parker State Forest at 1 to celebrate the trail's Sales Weekend. It's the last call for entries for North Andover CAM's Picture Perfect Photo Contest. Prizes will be awarded to 3 photographers who submit the best nature shot, personal portrait, or behind-the-scenes picture of a video production. Please get your entry to Tiffany by August 31st. Winners will be announced on our September 17th episode of The Journal. If you have an event to add to the calendar or you have a news story or segment idea, please email us at thejournal@northandovercam.org. That will wrap things up for us this week. Join us again next time when we take a tour of the town's water treatment plant and preview the upcoming Fall Festival. Plus, it's already time to get ready for back to school. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Morgan Healy.